Yo, what's good, YouTube? Basically, in this video, I'm just going to be running you guys through my entire journey because obviously, most of you guys are probably going to be coming from my Instagram. If you guys are from the YouTube For You page or whatever, check out my Instagram at Ryan Wealth. But yeah, so in this video, I'm basically just going to be showing you guys my journey from, making $0, like $100 a month, 5 years ago to now making, over 10K a month. Not going to go really into depth of what I'm doing now. But basically, I'm just going to run you guys through my journey. And I'm going to show you exactly how I made 10K a month. So starting with, I think when I first started making money, I was like 9 years old. And the first thing I did was video editing. So that was sometime during COVID, maybe a little before. But me and the boys, we just grinded Fortnite all day. Only thing I cared about, bro. Like 4 years ago, Fortnite was at its peak. Didn't care about anything else. Obviously, kept my grades up in school, whatever. But it was just Fortnite. Only thing I ever worried about, Fortnite getting better. So I think during COVID, I was just like, might as well make some money off of this. So I started, a YouTube channel, Fortnite YouTube channel. Obviously, it never grew because I was like 9, 10 years old at the time. But it was fun, bro. So that's kind of where I learned video editing. I was posting maybe, one video a week or whatever. Probably even more. I think at a point I was posting daily. Spend like 6 hours a day just posting Fortnite YouTube videos. And for those of you who used to play Fortnite and games like that, Fortnite montages, that was the thing. And that's what everyone cared about, just posting the best Fortnite montages. So that's kind of where I learned how to edit. I was on, I think, DaVinci Resolve on computer at the time. But yeah, then I just grinded my YouTube channel. I think I got it to like 300 subscribers. I was just playing Fortnite, making videos. All the videos sucked. It didn't really matter though. I was having fun. Making videos, posting montages, whatever. And I wasn't making any money, obviously. And I think that's when I started editing for other people. Basically, I was maybe 10 at the time, had my mom's PayPal, racking in money. I wasn't getting any, real clients. I was going through Discord servers, video editing. It was just solely Fortnite content. Only thing I knew how to do. Basically, I would just, there would be people sending in submissions in different Discord servers. I can barely remember the Discord servers now, but I wasn't really thinking at the time to start, personal brands or anything like that to get more clients. But all I had was my YouTube channel. I was making money from the Discord servers. It wasn't like, any money. It was like maybe $5 a day, editing Fortnite montages. But it was chill. So that was when I kind of started making money. I was like 10, maybe I was making like $100 a month. I liked it. And during COVID, I know 90% of you guys are probably doing the same thing. I was just grinding video games. I didn't really have any thoughts of trying to make real money, which I do now. I didn't really have the ambitions. But it was calm. So now, fast forward, at like the end of COVID, and that was when, video games started to die down. I didn't really have any interest in anything like that. I did have my editing skills though, which you guys will see is going to be pretty important later on once I started my personal brand on Instagram. But yeah. So now, after I stopped playing video games that much just because I didn't really like it anymore. Grinded it so much during COVID, like 2019, 2020, into 2021. That was kind of when I stopped playing for a little bit. And that's kind of when I was maybe like 11 years old. And that's kind of when I just had the thoughts pop up of, making money online and self-improvement and all that. So yeah, I was searching up different ways to make money. By the way, guys, that's the least thing. You never search up, those best side hustle videos to make whatever $100 a day. I did that pretty much all day, and I think I wasted all my time. All of the side hustles that gurus tell you to do, they most likely don't work unless they're drop shipping SMA. The truth is, every side hustle works. It's kind of just, do you stay consistent with it? That's what I've learned. But don't try any of those, stupid side hustles like doing surveys or any of that. And unfortunately, I did. So I was watching these side hustle videos, whatever. I just searched up on YouTube, best side hustles in 2025. And that's when I got into filling out surveys, bro. It feels so cringe even talking about it. But yeah. So basically from 2021 to 2022, I was just doing survey. I didn't even really spend that much time doing it. I just wanted a way to make money just because, I don't even know, I didn't really have any drive or anything. But I remember I was looking at TikToks and Instagram, seeing how people are making money, and I came across surveys. So there's people, making $100 a month off surveys. I was like, whatever, I'll try it out. So I downloaded, I think it was Adapole or some sort of, scammy survey app. And the first day, I just turned on YouTube, my computer, pulled out my phone, started doing these random surveys. Obviously, I was 11. I was just filling out random information. I didn't care about the survey at all. I just wanted to make the money. But basically, you just download this app, there's a ton of different surveys apps. And by the way, I'm not recommending you do this at all. It's a complete waste of time. But 12-year-old me thought it was like a gold mine, filling out surveys without having to do any real labor work. So you just download the app. There would be a bunch of different surveys you could take, it would give you how much money you'd make. And this wasn't $20. I think the most I maybe made from one was $8. And yet again, that probably took 20 minutes. But it would show you the time, so how long the survey would take. That time was just BS. It would most likely take 10 minutes earlier. But then it would show you the price. So this was anywhere from 15 cents over to $5. Obviously, with the $5 ones, you'd rarely ever get them. Just because they'd make you fill out the most, unique answers if you actually wanted to get accepted. Because the thing is, with these surveys, it wasn't like you could just get accepted by putting in random answers. A lot of the times you would actually get disqualified, so you wouldn't even get the money. So that was kind of what I did for 2 years. And I made 2 bands just off of surveys. Because I would just tell myself, make Mike's twitching. I'd make $3 a day. I didn't really care because I was still doing everything. Nothing really changed. Instead, when I was, watching YouTube, I would just fill out surveys while I was doing it. It didn't really change. But I was making a little bit of money. I wasn't really spending it like crazy like most people do. Obviously, since I was only making $100 a month, I didn't really feel the need to spend it on anything. I just had it in my bank account. I think eventually I put $1,000 into some sort of investment. I don't really know. But that was kind of what I did from 2020 to 2022, filling out surveys. What else did I do? And then after, I was still looking, as I was doing surveys, I was still looking at those videos, best side hustles to make $100 a day. And that's when I came across user testing. Basically, user testing was this was actually a kind of a decent side hustle. I wouldn't fully recommend it, but if you're not really looking to build your own personal brand or go really too all in, this was actually be something that I recommend. But basically, user testing, you could probably search it up and see it right here. Basically, you would download there's a bunch of different user testing apps. You download this app, and then they would give you websites that you could test and, give your thoughts on and reviews on. And you could make $10 per website. So I tried it. You'd have to take like an application test, so I got in. I was like, I think the age requirement was like 18. I was like 12, maybe 11. I was, testing these different websites, giving reviews, and I'm a pretty smart kid. I'm not trying to glaze myself, but I kind of knew. I've always been into tech and like computers, so I actually kind of knew what these websites needed. So I was actually decent at that. So I would just fill out these tests, made like $10 a day. So I went from $3 a day with surveys to like 10, even up to $50 a day once. And I was doing good. So I was making maybe $300 to like $500 a month. And I was still looking at those videos just because, I was admiring all those gurus like Iman Gotzi, whatever, saying that they made, $1 million a month. I was still like trying to accelerate the process. So I still wanted to make some money with the user tests. So I would do those tests. And then on the side, I would watch videos to learn, a bunch of different side hustles. 99% of that garbage didn't help at all. That's why I don't recommend you watch those side hustle type videos. I recommend that you just start your personal brand. Because the thing is, once you have your personal brand, there's so many things you could do with it. It's not just, building a personal brand just for the sole purpose of building your personal brand. It's just documenting your journey so then later on, if you get really good at some sort of, business model, if you get a really good agency or you help accelerate business owners, you could end up just selling your service online and just monetize your personal brand really easily. And it also just spreads the awareness of your brand. Like, there's so many people who are more rich than, whatever, Iman Gotzi, Alex Hormozi, but you trust Alex Hormozi more than the people who don't have personal brands, because you've built trust and everything. So it's really important, especially with YouTube, just because short form content, you don't really get to fully build that connection with your audience. Because, you're just constantly doing the craziest hyper-edited, stupid edits. And for those of you who actually want to grow your personal brand, I actually have a video solely directed to that. I might go a little bit into depth on this video, but that's not the main purpose of this. So back to the journey, user testing. That was around 2022, I think. I was grinding that out. I actually made a decent amount of money. I think I made like maybe $700 in like 3 months or something. May have been a little more. I think I made like $1,000 from that. And that's kind of when I got into the bigger side hustles, which all just started to fail. Up to here, the side hustles that I was trying were kind of hard to not make money. I would just try the most safe side hustles. I wasn't trying to waste any money or risk any money just because, I was trying to just make a little bit of money. But now, that was when I got into drop shipping. Complete fail. At the time, it was like $1 to build a store, so I was just like, whatever. And I tried a bunch of different, products, but these products weren't like winning products. I didn't want to go out and spend like $30, $40 on actual products so I could try them out and film videos. And I didn't run ads. One of the most BS things about drop shipping is that people claim that they do it organically. But I guarantee that less than 1% of dropshippers who actually make money do it organically, because obviously it's so hard to go viral nowadays with the increased amount of competition, whatever, just by posting whatever, your random products organically. So if you ever decide to get into dropshipping, definitely either do branded dropshipping or just use paid ads. Because I got into that loophole of, following and listening to all these gurus preaching that you could, go viral just by taking like 3-second videos of your whatever products. So I started my TikTok account. I had this like space projector thing. Some of you guys probably do have that basically. It was just like this astronaut thing that you'd put on the table or whatever, your nightstand, whatever. And you'd point it up and it would project like the space star thing on the ceiling. It was actually pretty cool. I have it downstairs, but that was my first product. Actually, no, before that, I just had this online cleaning thing, or not online. I had this like scrubber automatic. I didn't even have it in my house. I just took other people's videos and tried to post it on mine, and I created my own store. obviously failed because the videos each got maybe 100 views. And I didn't really take the time to build that good of a website. But now, once I actually tried to create my own videos, that was when I used a space projector. Keep in mind, I was like 11, 12 years old at the time, trying to start drop shipping. You know how that would turn out. But basically, started drop shipping, made my Shopify store, whatever, $1. And each video was getting like 500 views. I was posting whatever, like throw away your LED lights, and then I showed the space projector, I would just show the ceiling. I was listening to all these gurus telling me what content to make. Obviously, none of it worked. So dropshipping failed. And that didn't even go on for that long, maybe like a month or whatever. And then I think the next thing I got into was affiliate marketing. So for those of you who do affiliate market, obviously it would be a lot easier now. But I didn't really understand that you needed a really big audience. I kind of just listened to these gurus claiming that you didn't need to be able to build, a big personal brand. So I got into affiliate marketing. And for those of you who knew Jake Sujanani, who's another 15-year-old entrepreneur, and I'm about to be 15 in like a week, but he used to post Amazon links on TikTok, and he was making maybe like $7,000 a month. So I actually tried it myself. So basically, what you do is you'd find whatever Amazon deals, and you just post a video, a green screen video of you looking through them, giving them the codes. And then there's a couple things you could do to monetize through this. One was obviously Amazon affiliates. So you'd have these people buy whatever Amazon links you're promoting through your affiliate links, and then you'd make a small commission, maybe like 10%. And then another way was obviously promotions. So whatever sellers wanted to promote their products, didn't really matter, you just cared about making the money. And then eventually you could make some sort of mentorship, because like I said, no matter what you're doing, whatever you're making content about, whether it's drop shipping, crypto, you want to teach trading, or if you just grew on social media without any direct purpose, you could always just teach how to grow on social media. But I've been posting content for like 5 years now, so that's why I'm actually teaching people. Just so you guys don't run into the same mistakes I did. So I tried that for a little bit, got no views, no results. And like I said, if I really stuck with these side hustles for like a year, I probably could have seen some serious results. But the thing is, I didn't really have the drive, and I had shiny object syndrome, which is basically just like a lot of you probably have this shiny object syndrome. Basically, it's just going to whatever side hustle seems like the golden side hustle. Like in 15, you'd think drop shipping is. Now you might think crypto is. But it's basically just how people quickly go hop onto new side hustles. And the thing is, you just need to stay consistent. And don't think that you need to be constantly switching whatever you're doing, especially if you haven't seen results yet. So what was I on? Oh, yeah, Amazon links. I tried that. I started a TikTok, probably did that for like a month. I think I got maybe 1 or 2 sales doing this, but I really just never got picked up on the algorithm. Obviously, since the side hustles that I was going on, they were still fairly old, so I would hop onto the side hustles maybe like a couple months late, and they would already be dead. So that's when, for those of you who are into video games like I used to be a total nerd before I just kind of dropped those to go on my brand. And then in like 2022 or 2023, it was like 2 years ago, then the new Fortnite OG dropped out. So I wasn't playing Fortnite anywhere from, I stopped playing Fortnite in like 2021, and then like 2023, I think, they dropped Fortnite OG. Basically, it just went back to the old seasons when I used to play. So that's when I started back up my Fortnite YouTube. And over the past like year before this, I was learning about content because I was obviously creating different videos for drop shipping and Amazon links. So I was like, all right, I'm playing Fortnite. Why not just start up this YouTube thing again, see if it works? And that was kind of when I saw my first little bit of success. I wasn't swimming, but I was actually getting like a decent follower base. But basically, it was like maybe November, start of the year, start of like 6th grade or something, 7th grade. And I started my Fortnite YouTube. I had my content creation skills. I was getting followers. I tried like replicating Mr. Beast in Fortnite challenges. And yeah, I scaled my account to 1,000 followers relatively quickly. But the thing is, the reason why I stopped, like maybe a couple months later, is because I was just so attached to the numbers. Like every single day coming back from school, instantly first thing I did, check how much views my video had, check how much followers I had. And every time I didn't see, a video get over 500 views, I would just get so demotivated. And I was just so attached to the numbers. And the reason why I was able to go to 1,000 followers was because I was using YouTube Shorts. Basically, what I would do is I had my long form, which I was getting like maybe 500 views a video. I had my live streams, which is where I got watch hours, because for those of you who know, you need a certain amount of watch hours to get monetized on YouTube. So I had my long form just to create the connection. I had the live streams for watch hours, and then I had shorts, YouTube Shorts, which is what I used to get subscribers. And the thing is, every single video I made, I think it was like best backblinks to get 0 input delay or whatever, and best backblinks to get 0 lag in Fortnite. Those videos would get me like 20 subscribers. And I wasn't really getting any subscribers from long firm or streams. So I would just farm these shorts. And for those of you who have your personal brand today, you guys know that there's certain content styles that will get you a lot of followers, but not the followers that you actually want in order to be successful. And I kind of fell into this trap. Like, for example, with my personal brand, there's certain content styles I could post that would get me 1 million views. Those rage bait styles, running with a stick, whatever. But you're not really building the audience that you want. So I definitely recommend just post content, post authentically, and don't just be so attached to the numbers. Because that's where most people fail. They see that the numbers aren't constantly rising. They see that they're not getting quick success. And that's kind of what I had from, 2020 to 2022. I was so attached to the numbers, and that's kind of why I quit all these side hustles, because I didn't make whatever these gurus were saying. So back to the Fortnite. I think I grew to like 1,000 followers. I felt like I was the man. I got my Fortnite creator code. For those of you who don't know what that is, basically, people could type my creator code into the shop, and every single time they bought something, I would make some money. So I wasn't making a lot. I was barely making anything. I maybe made like $50 from that in total. I had my merch. Nobody bought it. I think a couple of my friends bought it, but that's whatever. And then I stopped before I actually got monetized by YouTube. Just because when you're playing these video games, for those of you guys who know, they get really boring after you grind them for a while. So I stopped my YouTube, and then I think I actually went back to surveys. So I just wanted like a steady way to make money, so I went back to the surveys. Yet again, I was making maybe like $3 a day, maybe up to $5 sometimes, 10. I think the most I made in a day was $20. I felt like I was the GOAT that day. But for those of you guys who know, it's so much better to spend your time building skills, whatever, with content creation or with, whatever skills, sales, marketing, than to just divert your time into these stupid side hustles. Because if I spent all that time learning how to create better content, who knows how big my personal brand would be now. Like, even though it's at over 300,000 followers, I still have bigger goals. And I want to double that by next year, so. Yeah, then I was just doing surveys up until like last year, honestly, like mid-2024. And I was scrolling on YouTube one day, And I just saw this video. I wish I knew this guy's name. I wish I remembered it, but I just saw this guy who started his personal brand, and he was talking about it. He was like, I scaled my personal brand really quick. I was able to sell mentorship, make a lot of money, a ton of money. So I was just like, all right. I always wanted to make videos for myself because a lot of people, they only liked me for, if I was good at a video game or if I knew how to edit them. I wanted to just make a personal brand for myself so people could actually care about me for me. So that's when it started. It was like June. Yeah, it was like June of 2024. That's when I started. The first video got like 200 views. A lot of people who look back at my first video now, they think that it got like 200,000 views. They're like, how'd you blow up on the first video? It's not. I blew up later than that, but all those people who came from that one video watched my first video, so that's how my first video got that many views. But the first 24 hours had 200 views. Obviously, I didn't go mega viral from the start, but the reason I was able to go viral really quickly was because I developed all these skills. One of the things people talk about and comment most about me is my video editing, and I learned that from making the Fortnite montages and making my Fortnite channel. I was actually really good at editing. So that was my first gig. First thing I did, I had maybe like a couple hundred to 1,000 followers. I was editing videos for people. That's when I started making some decent money. Actually, I think I was making maybe a couple hundred a month. Wasn't crazy. But then I got my first viral video. So I think maybe like 2 weeks after posting my first video, I got a video hit 100K views. And for those of you who have experienced that little viral burst, once you get that first video go viral, all those people who come from that viral video watch all of your other videos. So then all my other videos started popping off. People started finding out my channel. I didn't care. I was getting followers. I was going crazy. And then that's when I started my first series. So that was Becoming a Millionaire at 14. And I grew really quick. Everyone was liking the series. I was getting I think the most followers I gained a day was 18,000. And by that time, I had like 100,000 followers. Fast forward, obviously, like a month, I kept grinding videos. And this is where I started actually making like some really decent money. It was actually a really cool time. So go back a little, I had like 50,000 followers, maybe like mid-June. And that's when I met this guy, Ethan. He's my boy. We don't work together now, obviously. However, at the time, he was the GOAT. And we decided to start an agency. So for those of you guys who haven't been following me, what we did is we started an agency. Basically, we just had a guarantee. I think it was like 1 million views in the first month. What we did is we would handle your content creation process. We'd handle your script writing, editing, whatever. And I remember, obviously, my partner, he didn't have a personal brand, so you guys probably don't know him, but he was really good with the monetization process. I obviously, coming from my background of doing surveys and having a Fortnite YouTube, I knew how to make content really well, which is how I grew, but I wasn't really good with monetization. I never really thought of selling a mentorship or having an agency. So we started our brand the first day we met, Influencify. I really vividly remember this. I was just vicariously looking at results from other people, so I got really motivated. And obviously, by that time, my brand is going like a couple thousand followers every day, so it was motivating me. I was gaining followers. So we started Influencify. I think our packages were like $1,000 to like 2.5 grand, crazy amount. And literally, like 2 weeks in, we made our first $2,000 in a day. We were getting like 30 booked calls every day. Obviously, since a lot of my followers were haters, a lot of the calls booked were trolls, whatever, or no shows. However, we actually got a lot of decent calls. So that was when we closed our first 2 clients within 1 hour and felt like the GOAT. Well, I think they were both, one was like 1,000 and one was like 1.5K, 2.5K in an hour. Keep in mind from my past experience, that was like almost as much money as I made in 1 hour than I've made in the past 5 years. So that was completely crazy. I remember I was so happy that day. But the thing is, for most of you guys who have had that experience where you get a lot of money, you'll think that it's gonna keep coming. And that's kind of what I thought too. I was spending a ton of that money, bought a bunch of mentorships, which obviously I don't regret now looking back at it. But it was kind of stupid decisions, knowing that I could have, saved it or whatever, invested it. But I was buying 1K mentorships, whatever. We were still making a decent amount of money. In the first month, I think we made like $5,000, so that was pretty good. But obviously, since I had like 100,000 followers, we weren't running paid ads, we weren't doing anything. It was just all organic. And I think that day we signed Matt and some sort of drop shipping page. The drop shipping page we scaled, however, we ended up not working. But Matt, we grew to over 20,000 followers just by posting whatever motivational and then educational videos. So that was our first real results that we got. And for those of you who think I'm just BSing this, you could just check my Instagram at Ryan Wealth with 2 N's and an underscore. But that's when we started actually getting real results because I knew a ton about content. Ethan knew a lot about monetization, so perfect duo. But the thing about us, the reason why we couldn't keep going is because we were on complete different time zones. He was on UK, I think 5 hours before. I'm on US NA East, 5 hours earlier. But yeah, we weren't really able to continue. But we actually got some crazy results just because obviously with school and everything, we weren't able to work together. For those of you who want to get into like an agency and want to work with a real partner, make sure that you choose one that's not on a 5-hour away time zone because obviously it's hard to work together with that. But after the first month, we kept going up and up. I was scaling my personal brand. Everyone was fine now. I didn't care. Making maybe $6,000 a month. And then August, I think that was when I hit my first $10,000 month. Crazy, I felt like I was the GOAT. So that's when I could say that I hit my first 10K month in August. Obviously, we had to split it, so the margins weren't good. The margins weren't great. But it was good. I didn't even really care about the money at that time. I mainly just focused on scaling my personal brand. Since school started, we were still, keeping up those numbers. I think we went back down to like $7,000. But in total, we made like $20,000 in total. And that was just in like 3 months. So it was really good. But then we stopped in school when school started just because it was really hard to work together. Not because like we deeply hated each other or anything, but it was just because we were on different time zones. So we split ways. And that's kind of where it ends off. Obviously, I have the content vault. I've been working on that for the past couple of months now. For those of you who want to check it out, it's probably going to be in the description. But that's kind of what I've been working on, the content vault. Basically just helping you guys grow and monetize on social media. So that's kind of my full journey. Showing you exactly how I made $10,000. And I'm not going to go too in deep to how I'm making now, but I will say starting the content vault has opened up a lot of opportunities. I'm not going to go too into depth how much I'm making from that yet, but you guys will know with my short form content. Obviously, it's more than what I was making with Ethan, so you guys can put 2 and 2 together. But that's pretty much my whole journey. This wasn't anything crazy like with my short form videos with all the stupid edits. But hopefully this could tell you guys something. Show you guys what you should actually be focusing on. If it was up to me, obviously start your personal brand. Just document your journey to whatever, and the journey will become much more motivating. But anyways, see you guys in the next video. It's my first YouTube video. Really enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys. Peace.